Artificial hybridization. This is the process which is carried out to bring on the desired characters in the plant. Now, how this process is carried out? To do artificial hybridization, it is usually seen that flowering plants have the flowers which are bisexual in nature. That is, they have both female and male reproductive parts on the same flower. So, what we do is emasculation. In this, we remove the anther from the flower buds with the help of forceps before the shedding of pollens. Now, after removal of the anthers from the flowers, these flowers are covered with the bags of butter paper, and the process is known as bagging. This bagging is done to prevent the contamination of the flowers from the pollens, and once we have the desired pollens, we let the flower interact with the pollens, and thus fertilization or pollination takes place. In case of unisexual plants or flowers, emasculation is not required because the female and male reproductive parts are present on different flowers. So, only bagging is done. That is, the flowers before the pistil becomes receptive are bagged. The process is known as bagging. Are bagged in covers made up of butter paper. Once the pistil becomes receptive, that is, now it opens and can interact, pollens of the desired quality and variety are introduced so that pollination or fertilization takes place. These were the events of pre-fertilization phase. Now let us study fertilization. In flowering plants, fertilization is usually termed as double fertilization. Let us study why it is known as double fertilization. This is, now you can very well see a fertilized ovule. Here the synergids are degenerating, zygote, 2n zygote is formed. This is primary endosperm cell, this is primary endosperm nucleus, and antipodal cells are also degenerating. Further, it will lead to zygote formation, and these are two varieties of embryo, globular embryo and heart-shaped embryo. This is usually seen in case of dicotyledons. Now, why it is called double fertilization? Because one male gametes, it enters the egg and leads to the process of fusion, which is also known as syngamy. But as we have studied earlier, two male gametes are formed. The second male gametes, it goes to the two polar nuclei present and thus forms primary endosperm nucleus, and further central cell is also involved, which give rise to primary endosperm cell, which ultimately gives us endosperm. This whole process is triple fusion. Hence, in this ovule, two fertilizations are taking place. One is male gamete and egg interaction. Other is the second male gamete and two polar nuclei as well as center cell interaction. Thus, this is first fertilization and this is second. Thus, this whole process is known as double fertilization.